Hello, my name is Christina. So for this problem, we are asked to identify the slope, the y-intercept, and then to describe what the graph is going to look like. So we want to start with our base formula, y equals mx plus b. This is something you're going to want to memorize. There's really no way around it. And this equation gives us important pieces of information. It'll point to m, which will be our slope, and it'll point to b, which is our variable for the y-intercept. Now, sometimes equations will be given to us already in this format, which is excellent. We can easily identify our slope. We can easily identify our y-intercept. Other times, like this particular problem, it is not given to us in the proper format. So it is our job to convert it. So here, I want to look at what I'm given and figure out how can I manipulate it into this structure. So I notice that over here, my left-hand side has the y all by itself. So I want to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to start by subtracting 2x from both sides, leaving a negative 3y on the left. Now when I subtract this 2x from both sides, I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 2x in the front because I know that that's the end game anyhow. So minus 2x, and I'm left with that plus 9. So I'm closer to being in the proper structure, but I'm not quite there. I then have to divide both sides by negative 3 in order to get the y entirely by itself. So now, on the left-hand side, I have successfully gotten the y all by itself. Here, I need to make sure that I divide both terms by the negative 3. What that will look like is I'll wind up with negative 2 over negative 3x minus 3. We'll see that when we have a negative in the numerator and a negative in the denominator, those effectively turn into positives. A negative and a negative will cancel out. So now we have successfully turned our equation into the proper format. And when it is in this format, we can very easily see this is going to indicate our slope. Our slope is 2/3. And over here, the negative 3 is pointing to our y-intercept. Our y-intercept. The question also wants us to describe the graph. So with this information, if we come over to a graph, we know our y-intercept is negative 3. That means if we go to the point 0, negative 3, that will be a point on our graph. We use our slope. 2/3 indicates, so we remember slope equals rise over run. So with a slope of 2/3, that tells me I'm going to go up 2, I'm rising 2, over 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right about there. And then we are able to connect those points. And our line will look like this. So when asked to describe what the graph would look like, we see it has a positive slope. It's going to extend from the bottom left corner of our graph to the top right corner of our graph. And that is how we do this problem.